welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Richie Grant, and Coach on the road last week. You'll be back on the road this week down to UAB, but let's talk about the tournament you played in over the weekend. You came up with a 2-0 loss to College of Charleston, but you ended up tying the 23rd ranked team in the country, Furman. What were your overall thoughts of that tournament?
Where do you want to start? The first game?
Yeah, let's start first.
A difficult game. Charleston, a good team. And, you know, that was our third game of the season. We had talked about that last week. You know, we were a little bit behind in only playing 2 games going into that tournament. We started very, very well. And if you look back on the whole season, we've started all of our games well. And we were really on the front foot, had a couple of decent chances, but we were playing very good football. And lost the goal at about the 30-minute mark, which was a real killer goal. We lost JJ early in the game, which shuffled us, but we had adjusted pretty well with that. Kaiser went back and played centre back, so we made some changes in the middle. But we huffed and puffed in the second half, and they scored a good second goal. So really, the timing of the goals killed the game off for us. It was a spirited performance in terms of the way we finished the game, but it was just too much. Mark had a great chance to make it 2-1, and the keeper pulled off a good save. So the keeper did some things for them that really kept us out. And you know, disappointing to lose 2-0. But another match where I think we improved, particularly on the training on the Saturday ahead of the Furman game.
You talked about getting a little momentum late in that game, pretty spirited, and you carried that over to Sunday. You mentioned you tied Furman, who's ranked as high as 23rd in the country. Your teams continue to play very well against ranked teams.
Yeah, I hope it continues for a while, you know. And it wasn't a case of us not being prepared for Charleston. It was just that on Sunday we were determined to get something out of the game. I thought the lads did a great job of handling training on Saturday. And you have to remember, we played Monday, travelled Thursday, played Friday, and played again on Sunday, which was probably the most difficult of all the teams at the tournament. So we started extremely well. Really pleased for the lads. Sunday was the benchmark for how we need to play the whole season. I thought we were excellent against Wisconsin in the first half, but Sunday, in terms of the whole team, the spirit of the team, the way we approached the game, and the way we worked for each other on Sunday, was the way that we need to play the rest of the season.
Chandler got his 3rd goal a year in that
Unbelievable.
game.
You know, he's playing centre back, and he's popping up on set plays. And you know, this was a tap in, but he's in the right place at the right time. And he was marking a very strong player for them on their set plays, Zimmerman. And Zimmerman's battle with Mark Sherrod was a pleasure to watch. It was a great game, played with a great spirit, had all the emotions of a good college game. And there was some big-time players out there that I think you'll see in a few years playing after college.
Well, it's got to be exciting for a coach to see a young guy come in and do something pretty quick. Quincy Thomas got his first start of his career, comes up with a goal.
Yeah, he was man of the match for us on the day. Really, really pleased with Quincy. He's just developing with each game. He's getting a little bit better. Him and Dutchie both started, which was 2 big changes for us in the middle of the park. And both did great. Quincy's just a phenomenal athlete. Good on the ball. He's a competitor. You know, in a couple of years, this boy's going to be leading our program. Really special kid to have around. He's playing with great emotion, and I was delighted for him. He took his goal very well. It was a half chance, and he buried it. So that really put us on the front foot in that game and set the tone for the match.
Coach, you're going to be back on the road this weekend. It's a familiar place. You're going to go down to Birmingham. They're in the conference, UAB is, so you're familiar with that pitch, even though you played at Hoover last year. But you always play in their tournament, at least the last few years you have. You're very familiar with this field. You'll play 21st ranked Washington on Friday. You'll have Farley Dickinson on Sunday. Start us off with Washington out of the Pac-12.
Tough team. We're breaking down film. They played the Fox Soccer game of the week, so they lost in extra time to UConn. UConn's a tough team. Washington is very organized, very competitive, good-sized team, athletic. So we've got a really big challenge there. And the afternoon games, I spoke to you last week, they're quite a challenge. They present their own challenge just to be out there at 4 o'clock in the middle of the day, and no team has a big fan base,
right.
So you have to kind of grind the game out. But really pleased with the quality of our schedule, you know, to be playing Wisconsin, Charleston, Furman, and now Washington as our next game. And then Farley Dickinson out of New York. It's a heck of a schedule.
Have you had a chance to look very much ahead to your second game against Farley Dickinson, or are you just really concentrated right now on Washington?
I'll watch them. I'll see them on Friday night. I've been keeping tabs on their scores. They've got a great coach there. But no, we'll deal with that on Friday night. We'll have a look at them, and then we'll make a plan on Saturday.
a big weekend because you're on the road. 2 matches this week at UAB. Put it all out on the line because next week you just have the 1 match.
Yep. Yeah, so it'll give us a little, and then after that it's conference.
Right.
So it's so good 3 games here. I think we were getting better. I was really pleased with Furman. Just the spirit, the way that we went about the game, the performance. We had chances to win it. It was probably a fair score in the end for both teams, but I think we're at it. If we maintain that standard, we'll be at a good place.
All right, Coach, sounds good. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
That is Richie Grant, and I'm Jeff Brightwell. This is the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.